Hello. I don't know if I lost everybody, if everybody's still there. I'm learning at this. This is new. It says live. I can't see any comments or anything anymore. Let me push this, see if they come up. No. All right. Okay, so maybe we're live again. Here we go. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm new at this. Please, accept my apology. Okay, we're getting the people back up here again. All right. Okay, it's getting there. We're getting back up. Sorry, guys, ladies, gentlemen. I apologize. Well, I was talking about, my approach. And my approach needs to be, so I'm getting a lot of friend requests right now coming on in. And that was the thing. I clicked on a friend request real quick. Didn't know it was going to cut me off. I appreciate everybody asking to be my friends. Thank you very much. Without you, this is really nothing going on except for a bunch of videos. So everybody can hear me well. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear me well. Videos coming in good. So far, so good. All right. All right, Danny, I got that. All right, so first off, I don't want to show a picture of myself to everybody. It's not because I'm scared of repercussions or anything along those lines, because I do this all without a mask. I show up to the commissioner meetings without a mask. I've said my full name and address on there. So anybody that's really curious, you can find out, through there. But I'm a big guy, okay? My stature may be a little intimidating maybe to some, especially when I walk on in with a camera. But let me tell you this little story here. About 9.5 years ago, I adopted a dog. And he was a Great Dane. This is his son right here. Okay, this is Atlas. He's 10 months old. He's bigger than his dad is. Say hello, Atlas. Yes, you're a good boy. And when we were given this dog because the homeowner, the dog was just way too big. I picked up this dog, knowing and learning from this lady that dog was not aggressive at all. And even when I picked it up, or him up, and I brought him home, he was in the truck with me, in the cab, and the whole way home is, I hope this dog doesn't turn around and rip my head off, because my head will fit right in its mouth. And that dog was gentle its entire life. Sadly, we lost him about 4 months ago. His name was Bruno. People used to come by the house and pet him, take pictures with him. And that's me. I'm a big dog. That's all I am. I'm not aggressive in any way. I don't mean any bad. I just want to make my point known. When a dog like this barks, it barks. Its bark is deep. You hear it from a long distance away. Doesn't mean it's going to jump on you. Doesn't mean it's going to hurt you. May knock you down, but it's not because they're being mean. It's just the way, it's their size, right? So I don't mean to be in any way disrespectful to anybody that I come in contact with. That's not my goal here. I went to the people all the way to the top. I went to the sheriff. I went to the mayor. I've been to the commissioner meetings. That's just a few places that I've been able to start. I'm not working my way from the bottom, trying to work my way up to the top to embarrass people or show what people aren't doing right. I'm here to go to the top, to find out the issues. What do we have problems with? What can we fix? That's that's what I want to do. I want to see how we can help our community, not hurt our community. There's waste. Let's admit it. There's waste. It's not just in Hamblin County. There's waste everywhere, right? So I live in Hamblin County. This is my home. I want to make my home better. I can't go to other counties and stuff, not at this point, and try to fix it. A lot of people don't realize that they're trying to spend $75 million. That's $75 million to build a new justice center and jail system in Hamblin County. Now, our own sheriff, which is a very good guy, I just met him for the first time 2 weeks ago, held a very nice discussion. And he pointed out why he doesn't agree with the new justice system. He doesn't agree with the design of it. He doesn't agree with the location of it. He doesn't agree with the size of the facility. The commissioners and the mayor, they're keeping him out of the loop. Okay, they're not getting his advice of how things should be handled or what should be done at all. And that's a problem, guys. That's a big, big problem. The sheriff's the one that's in charge of that system. Okay, if he is not being listened to, what's that system going to become? Okay, I don't want to live in an area of this size if we're going to have enough criminals to fit in an area that's that big, right? I don't want to see that. That's not what we want. We need to have other venues to keep people busy. We need other programs locally for people to go to. And I'm not talking about like court-ordered programs. I'm talking about AA meetings or just somewhere where people can go and get together and talk and stuff like that in a controlled environment. We need that. And it's hard in an area like this because it's such a small area. So everybody kind of knows everyone. And people don't want their faces being shown like that or being pointed at. And I think that is what makes it very difficult in such a small town, is everybody kind of knows everybody else's business. The next thing I kind of want to talk about here is the commissioners, okay? Howard Shipley violated the rights of citizens who came together to voice their opinion on matters that were going up in front of the committee. I've been to a few meetings. I don't know if anybody has watched any of them. I would love for you all to come to a meeting. This Thursday is just about the new rules that they're trying to implement on the meeting. But I will get you a date of an important meeting coming up, and I hope that all can attend. Without your attendance there, the dozen people that come there on a regular basis to speak up for all of the people, their voices aren't being heard. We need masses. We need to fill that room. We need to allow people to know that what is going on. Now, we want answers to our questions. They don't answer our questions. So, with the rights violation that really caught my attention, and you know, this flag right here, this flag means a lot to many people. People born in our country and people not born in our country. This flag means a lot. The rights to be a United States citizen should not be violated. And that happened by Howard Shipley, the head commissioner. That's wrong, okay? And that happened right in front of the county attorney that is paid by us, the people. He sits in that room and listens to this without rarely ever looking up. And I don't know how many of you are aware, but our county attorney, he was double dipping. He gets paid by contract $100 per meeting to go to those meetings. And on top of that, he was charging by the hour to also be at those meetings and slipping those invoices in with other invoices for the month. Now, if you agree with that, then I don't know what to say. But if you disagree with those things that I've mentioned, that's why I'm here, okay? I've never ran a Fortune 500 company, and I never want to, because I see where Fortune 500 companies lead to with their employees, their lack of customer service and support. They get a little transplacent, just like the government does when they grow and they get power. I've ran multiple crews. I know efficiency. I know waste. I know how to change some of those things. I know places and things that need safety. I know places that can be cut down the amount of expenses that they have, okay? There's a lot of things that are little. They're very little. But the problem is they all add up. And if I don't bring some things to light, for everybody, I can go in and I can talk to these people and they may change them, but you and I, or you will never know of the changes that were made. You will never know of the problems that exist. You will never know what's going on if I am not out here with my camera. So you may disagree with my approach. And right now I'm walking around, my elbow has not left the side of my body. And this is how I walk the entire time I'm doing any of my audits. I'm not way out here holding it up in people's faces. No. I'm right back here. I'm using this calm demeanor. And I try to make my point across. Getting the point across is what this video is all about, okay? Getting the point across. Now, I appreciate everybody being here. I hope that by giving me this opportunity of kind of explaining myself, because if I say what my intentions are 100% on each video, I can't post it. I was saying this earlier. I can't post it because then they're going to know my next step. With knowing my next step, they're going to hide things. They're going to change things, okay? I went to the bus transportation department the other day. I got arrested on my second trip there. I went there. I did my audit. There wasn't anybody there for me to talk to. And I already had questions that I wanted to ask. And as part of those questions, I'm going to go ahead and turn around right here. We'll walk back the other way and make this short, and then we'll be out of here. You know, if I tell everybody what I'm doing, the changes are made. They're made without any accountability. Like government employees knowing their jobs, okay? They don't know their jobs, not because they don't listen or they don't want to do their jobs properly. It's the way that they were taught. They were taught these ways from our higher up, okay? From the people that hired them. They need to be told exactly what their job title is. They need to know that policy is policy, but not policy is always a law. Not policies are not always correct. Okay? A lot of policies are needed, but they're not necessarily enforceable. And when they try to be enforceable, like the mandates to go into these city buildings that I've been to for a mask. I don't like wearing a mask. I can't breathe. Okay? I don't have medical issues. but I can't breathe. It gets hot in there. Next thing you know, I'm touching it, I'm adjusting it. And if I'm gonna touch it and adjust it, I'm defeating the purpose, okay? Let's be real with that. I'm defeating the purpose if I'm touching it and adjusting it. So I went to the school board. I want to ask questions about their buses and things like that and get out some safety sheets. But I went back to get that information. Cop was sitting there. I got out, started my recording. Knew he was there. I figured he was there for me. I mean, why else would he be there, right? I mean, cops usually don't go and hang out at the transportation department. Well, I was confronted by the superintendent there, and he wasn't too happy that I made my ways around the facility. Well, the facility has no signage that keeps people out, and it's been like that for years, okay? Without signage, the public doesn't know where they can and cannot go, nor does it keep anybody out that's not supposed to be there, okay? So I did my inspection over there, and I found a couple of things, and some things have been brought to light. And I got a little letter from Dr. Perry of the school boards, and I'll read that out to you the next visit to the transportation department. I don't know if it'll be next week or the following week. I made some records requests tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna bring you guys information, and I'm gonna let you see exactly how all this goes. Now, I'm not saying don't wear masks, okay? I'm not saying don't sanitize your hands or anything like that, because a lot of people, they need to do that to stay healthy. They have some underlying problems, or they interact with people that do. And I have no problem with that at all, okay? But don't make it a requirement. Just allow people to know that it's requested. Requested and required are two totally different verbiages, okay? The government likes to use the word required. Gain control. Now, it should be on you. It should be your wish, right? It should be whether or not you want to wear it or not, because there are no guidelines on what a mask is. What is a mask? I can pull my t-shirt over my face. I can have anything that I want. It just says a face covering. Just a face covering, just to make it, hey, you got something on your face. But when you're touching your face and you're pulling that down and you've worn the same mask for a couple of days, it becomes ineffective. Okay, if they want to do it, they need to do it 100%. This is what a mask covering is, must be clean, blah, 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 whatever they want to do. But that hasn't happened yet. So I got a lot going on this week coming up. I'm going to go visit the mayor again. Hopefully my records requests are completed. Hopefully he called up the comptroller's office and actually found out the law for making public requests. After he's been our mayor for that long, he still doesn't know that his policy is not law and doesn't know what the laws are. See, if you don't know what the laws are, how do you enforce them? That becomes the issue with the PD department and the sheriff's department as well. And they're not taught, these people are not taught that the rights of people, okay? They're taught the laws that they are going to try to enforce. But unfortunately, they don't always know the laws to enforce. And we need to bring that out to light. Nor does the public know their rights of when they get approached by law enforcement, whether or not they're driving, a passenger in the vehicle, they're walking in the park. I could have a cop come and stop me right now. I'm live. They know where I'm at, okay? I'm here. They know exactly where this is, but I'm not trying to hide. And if they came here and tried to ask for my ID, I wouldn't have to give it to them because I'm not breaking the law. But they would interrogate me and try to get out whatever information from me. I don't have to answer those questions. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not a criminal. I am a citizen enjoying my freedom. Your freedoms, okay? Freedom of speech, freedom to film, your public employees, And please don't take that wrong. I'm not saying go and stick a camera in their face. Not everybody has to go and record. This is for you guys. This is for everybody that's watching this. This is for everybody that's tuned in. I have 83% of my YouTube views are from non-subscribers. Okay, you know who those 83% are? Those 83% are the people that want to desperately know what's going on, but they're too afraid of any kind of repercussion. They're too afraid that their name is going to get out there. They're too afraid that they're going to be maybe associated with something that they know that's doing something. I've gained a lot of information in 2 weeks from you, the people. I've gained a lot of new information because I came in here not knowing anything. I didn't know nothing really about our government and what was going on. I thought that was, plenty of people were there to speak, and everything was running along smoothly. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. Not here in Hamblen County. Do you know that Hamblen County commissioners, their board meetings have been recorded for years? Do you know that the city of Morristown does not record any of their commissioner meetings? The lady that goes there to record on her own free will has to go and sit out in the overflow zone and can only come in there during the public comment section. That's not right, okay? That is not right at all. Those commissioner meetings, if you want to see the commissioner meetings, you can find them. I know she's not go to on Facebook, on YouTube, type in, I don't know if it's El Noe, I believe. You can search Hamblen County Commissioner meetings and watch them. Watch the past few months worth. It'll give you a little bit of idea of what's going on. I've been there to a few of the meetings and I've spoke myself. I go up there, I speak, I make very, very great comments, just like the other people that are there. And then the very next time, thing that comes out of these people's mouths, it's like, was any of you paying attention? Anybody actually listen to the words that came out of these people's mouths, the concerned citizens? And it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So watch those videos. Get a little bit of knowledge of what's happening, and we need more openness, okay? Starting the recordings are going to be great. That way people can actually hear what's going on and see. But if the commissioners don't have dialogue back and forth with the community, if the commissioners don't have questions themselves that they ask, there's a few commissioners that are on our side. They're for the people. They're on our side. But there's more of them that are just trying to push their own agendas and agendas that have been presented to them, okay? They're just trying to push it through, and you know what happens when agendas just start getting pushed through. Let's not get into that on this channel. But I appreciate everybody here. Stay tuned. I will try to be a little bit more gentle at my approach this week. And I will allow everybody, as I'm doing my recordings, now that I've done this, and this is new to me. This is new. I've recorded some interactions in the past and records requests and stuff, but that was for my own stuff. I didn't have to narrate, okay? I didn't have people that I needed to know what was going on. These were all just for me. And I'm going to be making more records requests. I'm going to be getting my records requests back. I'll go through what I get and the reports that I'm going to be completing next week, and I'll keep you as up to date as I can. I don't mind the negative comments at all, because not agreeing with each other is a healthy thing. And if we can have dialogue back and forth and understand why you think what I'm doing is inappropriate, or what I'm doing is wrong, or another way of going about doing it, or if you have any concerns yourself. I already have people that have contacted me through Messenger. If you want to contact me personally through Messenger, hit me up on Messenger. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you want to go ahead and information you want, or you want to see something, you want to know something where you think that there's waste. I had a gentleman, he contacted me. He says that they came out and replaced the street lights with LED lights, and every time he would look out his window or sit on his porch, that there would be 2 regular trucks there, and there would be a bucket truck there. The guy in the bucket truck would be doing all the work, and everybody else would just kind of be hanging out, watching. So he wants to know how much money it actually costs to change each light. That's the cost of the light, and that's the 5 guys, 3 trucks going out there to replace that. And that's a good question. That's a good question. Some of you, it may not be important, but that's a good question. And we're going to try to find that out next week. I'm going to be hitting up a few places that I've never hit up before yet. And I don't want to say that on here because I don't want those people to get ready. But nothing I'm doing is against the law. Let's get that straight. Nothing I'm doing is against the law. I will not step my bounds. There's a fine line between what I lawfully can do and what I cannot do. And I won't step that. And if they want to come and violate my rights, I'm not going to fight them. I'm not going to resist. I'll leave peacefully, because with the threat of arrest, it's no different than being arrested. So if you can act on just the threat, you're ahead of the game. I've got to meet up with Escrow Jarnigan. I said his name right this time. It took me a little while. Like I said, I've never met him before, never really knew who he was, didn't even know he was still sheriff. But my arrest at the police department, or from the police department, at the school board, transportation department, and I'm letting you know, and I saved this for the very end, I got arrested for a warrant. Okay, had nothing to do with what I did. No, the warrant's not a big deal. I didn't know about it. It's been 10 years. I just renewed my driver's license. I don't know how it just finally came up, and we're going to get down to the bottom of that. I want to know how many open warrants there are in Hamblen County, how many of them are over 5 years old, because you, the people, should know whether or not you have a warrant out or not. Are they just holding on to these petty warrants, waiting for somebody to get pulled over so that they have a right to search your vehicle, to search you? I don't know. You all tell me your thoughts on that. That's my opinion. But my warrant was for not having, let's start this way. I purchased a used boat. On the way home, I called my wife. I said, hey, I'm going to come by. I'm going to pick you up. We're going to go check out this boat, make sure everything runs good, da-da-da-da-da. And I picked her up. We went, we got some oil, we got a little fuel. We went out to the boat dock, and we put the boat in. We had a little raft with us, and we pulled around on the back of the boat for probably about 45 minutes. Then all of a sudden, the warden pulls up in his boat. We want to do an inspection, check it out. No problem, okay. I'm learning. This is new to me. So, well, do you have a fire extinguisher? Yes, sir. Here's the fire extinguisher. Oh, the fire extinguisher doesn't have a gauge on it. So he wrote me a ticket for not having a gauge on it because he said, we don't know if it's full or not. It could have been used. Okay, write me the ticket. Instead of giving me the warning, you just bought this boat. But no, here's your ticket. So I took the ticket. Let me count your life jackets. We were short, I think it was 1 life jacket. So they gave us a life jacket. They followed us back up to the boat dock, which, was only maybe 400 or 500 feet away or so. And they follow us there. Everybody gets off the boat. I throw him back the life jacket in the boat. They go ahead and they you know, are hanging out, you know, not really going anywhere, but not staying there watching me either. I get the truck, I back the truck on down, and I load the boat. Everybody gets on in, I strap the boat on down. First time I ever did it, right? I'm new, don't know what I'm doing. So I make sure everything's nice and secure, just the way the boat was when I purchased it, because I figured that's the right way. Jump in the truck. We're on our way home, get home, put everything, you know, get all the kids inside, feed them all. The next day I go out there to actually wash the boat and clean it out and, you know, get it presentable now that I know it runs. I walk up, my ID is sitting on the floor of the boat. I look around, there's no ticket. When I got the ticket, and he gave me my driver's license back, I sat it right there in front of the dashboard, you know, where it was. And it must have, my boat's wasn't fast, so I wasn't worried about it blowing off. It wasn't really windy out that day, but it blew off on the way home. Well, one day turned into 2 days, 2 days, well, turned into 10 years. So 10 years later, 10 whole years later, they come and they spring a warrant on me for that. Okay? So I didn't go out and do something, yeah, it was unlawful, I guess, right? But it was a true, honest mistake. I really should have got a warning out of it, I feel. But they were just doing their job. That's all they were doing their job. And you can't get against people for doing their job. Okay? I was respectful to all the officers that were there. I have that video. My phone cut off. It ran out of memory just as he was on the phone with the DA. And then I have everything else on my body cam all the way until we actually get into the booking. I had my body cam until I walked into booking and I got patted down. So you guys get to see the inside of booking. I got to see the inside of booking. I got to see what other inmates, how they felt about the facility. I got to talk to the deputies that worked there a little bit. I got to check certain things out. So even though it was a negative thing that I was there, I used it as a positive thing to be able to audit the inside of a facility as one of our other people can see. And I will try to set up a meeting where I could actually go in and speak with the sheriff, let him know how his deputies did, let him know that I appreciate the facility, and I understand what his deputies are going through. And listen, the only complaint that I got out of the inmates there, some have been there for a long time, some of them were waiting to get extradited. The only complaint is the overcrowdedness. That's the only complaint, is the overcrowdedness. Everybody has a mat. They don't all have a bunk, so there's a lot of people sleeping on the floor, but they do have mats. Okay? The reason behind the overcrowdedness, I'm not going to bring that up here. I'll bring that up in another video. But these are just things that I want to bring open to everybody. I want to bring them to everybody. I'm going to go ahead and end this very first talk live that we could have. I'm hoping, like I said, to maybe do this every Sunday at 4 o'clock. Probably seems like a pretty good time. And please tune in. Let me know what you want this week. Let me know if there's any ideas, suggestions, concerns, anything that you've got. Hit me up on Messenger. Messenger's the best way. That way it keeps your information private. And any information you give me will never, ever leave my mouth of where it came from. That's not who I am. I do not run my mouth and give away my information. So you will never have to worry about somebody knowing that you said to check in on this. And I take everything as non-factual until I can either prove it or I can ask the appropriate people their questions. Once again, thank you for all y'all viewing. I I hope that you guys stay around, watch my videos. If there's anything that I did not touch base on this, let me know, and maybe I'll touch bases on it in a video this week. But I'm gonna be out, I'm gonna be busy, and I'm gonna try to bring you as much information as I can. There'll be a lot of videos. Watch them in order. Please, watch these videos in order. They all have meaning one after the other. Some really don't, but then once you start watching them and I get them listed, you'll see that everything kind of has a rhyme and a reason to it from one place to another. Once again, from a rainy Tennessee day, thank you all, and have a wonderful week.